Hi, it's TJ and Wendy Zito of the Rhythm and Motion Dance in Birmingham, Alabama, home of the Vulcan Performers Professional Dance Organization, www.bhamdance.com. Today, we're doing a little bit of West Coast swing. We're going to talk about a left side pass, an underarm turn, and also a tuck turn a little bit. See if we can clarify some of the footwork and some of the body action and help these make sense. Alright, so what we're going to do first is demonstrate first is we're going to do a sugar push, start with our 6-count basic. And then what we're going to do is we're going to lead into our left side pass, do an underarm turn, and then a tuck. So starting with our 6-count basic are 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, and 6, and a 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, and 6. Now leading our underarm turn, 2, 3, and 4, 5, and 6, and into our tuck, 2, 3, and 4, 5, and 6. All right, so what we're going to do is talk about each one of those. Starting with, we broke down the sugar push last week. We talked about this last week, so definitely check out last week's clip. From the anchor, what we're going to do, guys, is we're going to initiate this lead from our body, make sure we're leading our partner down the slot, and we're getting out of her way. So what we mean by down the slot, we talk about this every week, the train can come down the track. The track is the slot. The train can come down the track. The conductor can be on the track and off the track, on the track and off the track. At no time, we want to make the train jump track. So what that means, guys, is we're not going to stay on the track because that's telling her to stop. So we're making sure we're stepping off the track. So what I do is I'm going to lead back and out of the way for 1, 1. So what my step is, guys, is I initiate through my body. I take my center point right here, and I'm going to allow my lead to come through, and I'm going to hit ball flat and get a turning motion out of the way. So once again, guys, notice this is a ball flat. All right. So what I'm not doing is I'm not hitting and allowing my head to go back. A lot of guys, as they step their 1, boom, kind of cowboy it backwards. So watch, I'm not taking the back of my head and letting it go. I'm allowing my foot to catch myself and roll through.
You kind of like Frankenstein.
Yeah, you don't want to be Frankenstein. You don't want to be that guy. All right. So I'm going to move Wendy up a little bit. Make sure we're on camera here. So what we're going to do is we're going to be leading, initiating through our body. 1, and your 2 can go multiple places and can just come to your foot. 2, and we're going to hit triple step. 3, and we're going to step back into the slot for 4, and return for our 5 and 6. So what the ladies are doing right here is they're being led down the slot on 1, 2, they're going to hit 3 and 4. So if you watch Wendy right here, I'm going to do it from this angle so you can see her body movement. As we lead 1, 2, what she's going to have is a little bit of contra body action. 3 and is a cross. 4 is going to be a roll through. So if you notice on Wendy, she is also doing ball flat. So what she is not doing is run, run, stomp. So it is not 1, 2, run, run, boom. And you don't want to have the flat foot.
And you don't want to scurry either.
So it's not a scurry and it's not a flat. You want to make sure this is a ball flat roll through.
Absorb it. You don't want to thunk it. We don't want to be Frankenstein either.
It's not a thunk. It's a roll through. So we're leading 1, 2, 3, and roll through. Anchor step again.
You also want to make sure for your 4 that you're back facing him. And you don't want to end up facing side, you don't want to open up. You want to make sure by your 4 that you're back facing him.
Flashlight, guys, we had a flashlight on our chest and it was shining at our partner, and if our partner had a flashlight, same thing. We want to keep it 2, 3, and 4. So notice, so I'm going to have the make-believe Black & Decker right here, right? The spotlight's on my partner, on my partner. So what I like to think about too
We already have headlights.
Yeah, she has some headlights. I like to think of the steel rods a lot of times. I remember a coach telling me at one time about steel rods. I'm going to move Wendy to make sure we're on the camera. If I had steel rods that were attached to our shoulders, we're going to keep this as one piece. So as my shoulder action is turning, her shoulder action is turning, and we're moving together. So if you notice, this is one movement happening within our bodies, happening together. It is not something that is 1, 2, her shoulder rhythm going one way, mine going another, and then playing catch up. All right? So we're keeping that action even within our bodies. 1, 2, 3, and return to the slot. Anchor. Step one more time this time. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 5 and 6. Very important, guys. Notice what this hand does. Nothing. It's a hand hold. We hold it. So there's no pull in here. There's no J. There's no crank. We're just moving the body back and out of the way. So a lot of times many guys misunderstand this, and as they're moving back and out of the way, they bring the hand with them, and they're pulling the lady down the slot. So right here,
And
guys.
on top of them, as you just saw.
So guys, right here, I'm just leaving the hand alone and getting out of the way and continuing the hand rhythm down the slot. So right here, I'm just continuing the rhythm down the slot. 2, 3, and 4, 5, and 6. I'm not bringing the hand with me and zipping her down, right? So
On
all
the
this.
flip side, ladies, that means we've got to know our job. We've got to know where we got to be and what we're doing, because he's not required to do a whole lot here. He lets us know where he wants us to go, but we have to know our footwork here. We have to know that on 4, I've got to be back here. You know, I've got to know where my feet go, and there's no question about where I'm going.
Also, on 4, we do have an increase in our existence and our constant. You know, the connection word is a big buzzword. I like to think of connection as being a constant. It's not always just an in, not always just an out. Sometimes it's just an existence. We have an existence here, we're connected. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Our leverage does slightly increase, but at this point, she is not pulling on me. I'm not pulling on her. We're not increasing tension. And a lot of people misunderstand that. And right here on 4, they increase with their hand tension, or their arm tension, or their shoulder tension. We're not increasing tension here. We just do have a little bit more existence of our leverage, but we're not giving a big increase. So 3 and 4. Do we feel something here? Yeah, there's something that exists, but it's by no means a water ski, a pull, a push. It's just a relax, making sure our lats in the back are down and back and in connected. 5 and 6. So once again, it's just a 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, and 6. Okay, so now we're going to talk a little bit about the underarm turn. Guys and girls, what I like to think of on footwork for underarm turn is front wall, side wall, face your partner. In a nutshell, this will get you where you want to be. You know, are there variations? Are there things that can happen? Yes, no. There's always that, 1% probability you can end up in a different position, but for the most part, front wall, side wall, face will get you where you want to go. So what that is once again, we're not pulling with the hand, we're initiating the lead with the body, and whether you want to take this back or back into the side, still the same thing. We don't pull with the arm, we allow the body to move the girl down the slot while flat, or we allow the body to move and we move back and out of the way. Either way is acceptable. And on our 2 guys, 1, 2, we're crossing and getting out of the way of the train. So this is front wall. Side wall will be our 3 and side wall, face our partner for 4, facing our partner 5 and 6. So once again, this is front wall, side wall, face our partner. So the action here, guys, is I roll through 1, I'll roll through 2, 3, I'm kind of staying in place, and I still haven't really moved very far, and I've rotated my body. I've got some contra happening here. 4, 5, and 6. So notice, guys, I'm not running around the lady. So notice what I'm not doing is I'm not running around the lady. So I'm not going forward. Even if I go back on my 1, I'm not going forward around and running around her. The lady is going to travel down the slot, and if anything, I'm going to stay more stationary, allowing her to move down from where I'm leading.
When you just did that, all I could feel was my arm being pulled out of socket.
And guys, we are also not taking the 3. We're not making an and 3. There's a lot of people down there that do a 1, 2, and 3. And jerk the hand around and pull it down.
Let's not do that.
We're not doing that. Notice the hand pace is going to stay 1, 2, 3, and 4. So this is going to stay 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, and 6. So notice the difference of 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now, if there's something stylistic within your choreography, you wanted to make that happen for some sort of improv.
I think there's other ways.
There's other ways you can do it, but if you wanted to do that, it could be acceptable, but that's not an all-the-time thing. For the most part, you want to keep it a 1, 2, 3, and 4, keeping the girl down the slot and being gentle in it. So guys, notice once again the hand is going down, passing gently through her eyes, 3 and 4, 5 and 6. One last thing, guys. Notice I don't have a lot of things happening up here.